Okay, so for those of you wondering, Withdraw is a spell.
And then I'm going to use the rest of the rounds to do more stuff. So.
Okay, so the effect, Withdraw kind of puts JP in his own little time bubble where he can like read books or cast healing spells or cast certain things, basically healing and divination spells, or just like have a few minutes of peace to himself. But he can't like run around or do anything or attack anyone. That like negates the effect of Withdraw. So it just gives him like a couple rounds to do something only to himself. He can't heal his allies, just himself. So you get 2 healing spells. What? 2d10 plus 2.
Oh, that's right. I can do that. 16.
You are at full 33.
All right. So what's left on the battlefield right now? How many people are directly around me? 2 wargs in front of me, 1 warg in front of Jeff.
Right. So there's the 2 wargs in front of you. Jeff is to your right about 30 feet. He's facing off a warg, and so the warg is also directly to your right. Jeff's back is to you. There's the 2 goblins that went into the door in front of the at the building in front of you, which is, now that you are within your withdrawal state, you can take a look around, and you notice that is actually like the official mayor building. It's the political or the legislative headquarters of the town.
So can I, in this space, since I've never used the spell before, can I walk inside of it and place myself between the goblins and whoever they're attacking?
No, I don't think you can go anywhere.
I have to stay where I'm at, but I can attack one of the
Similarly,
wargs.
the withdrawn caster cannot walk, run, become invisible, or engage in actions other than thinking, reading, and the like.
Okay. So I guess I'm done then if I can't attack.
Yes. Yeah, you just get your heals off and you can look around.
And then besides that, on the outskirts of town, there's no other people around? No other goblins or anything?
From here. No, from here you can only see the 3 wargs. Okay.
All right, cool. That's all I want to do.
Okay, so you went. Everyone's gone this turn, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So you come out of your withdraw stasis state. The wargs in front of you bite at you, but they don't close. Your armor protects you from their jaws. Oops. Vincent, you have 21 AC. Jeez. One of the wargs, the one warg bites you. He actually manages to find a weak spot, or like bite through part of your armor, dealing 5 damage to you.
Okay.
Which puts you at 20. And the 2 goblins come out from in front of JP. They're hauling a chest between them. They see JP fighting the wargs, and they go for their short swords, pull out their short swords, and come around their wargs to attack you, JP.
Okay.
They get flank attack bonuses on you, and one of them stabs you. It does not crit, though, but he stabs you for D8 damage. You take 2. You got 31.
All right.
The other one, gets caught in your chainmail.
Sure.
Party's turn.
I'm going to cast Hold Person on those 2 goblins.
Okay. Just anything. What's the intelligence that they have? Yeah, they just get a normal saving throw. Both of them fail miserably.
All right. Do I need to roll 1d4 to see if I get both of them?
Oh yeah, you totally do that.
3. So yeah.
Yeah, you get both goblins.
All
Do
right.
we get a bonus on attack for that, since they're like standing still, or does that change anything?
You get a +4 bonus, so you would get D20 plus 10 at those guys.
All right. Does GP do anything else?
That's all he can do. I mean, he can move. He can walk backwards a bit if he wants, but that's about it.
No, I'm not going to move.
All right, I'll shoot at the goblins.
Go ahead.
With D20 plus 10.
Yeah.
28.
What?
You kill the goblin. We don't. You can roll if you want, but.
I'm rolling.
Okay.
D6, right? Oh no, it's like 3d6 or something.
It would be 4d6.
4d6.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah.
Nice.
I scream,
you
this
just,
is
like-
for Magwagos!
You pin the goblin's head to to the side of the building. Like, you know, the goblin came around the other side of his warg, but you just like flies back and gets stuck to the building, kind of dangling from it. Bregor?
I will attack the remaining goblin.
Okay.
Enjoy the +10, man.
Is that what I get to? Plus 10?
Yeah.
20.
Okay, you hit. D8 plus 2.
10.
10. Yeah. You shoot the other goblin in the stomach and he falls face forward.
Kind of
Vincent?
glance over my shoulder and say, "Fucking elves! The goblins should have shot the wargs."
16 on that warg that I hit.
That's a hit.
fine, everything's
D8 plus
dying.
4. 11.
11. You stab him through the mouth as he like opens it to bite you and just put your sword down his throat and pull it out. And he topples to the ground, you know. And your sword begins to glow with a soft orange light.
I'm then going to make my way to the wargs that were attacking JP.
Okay.
Like in one fluid motion, I just kind of stab and keep walking.
Alright. Turn around and start walking back towards JP and his wargs. Next round, the two wargs that are fighting JP, I don't know any better. They continue to try and bite at JP. One of them actually gets his teeth around you again. You can feel how happy he is to bite into you for another 5 damage. Puts you at 26.
Our turn?
No. The goblin that was trying to get into the door behind the warg, the one that you and Abby had both hit, he takes off. You know, he gives up on the door and just runs. Now it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to...
So, yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to take a gigantic... Like, I'm going to put the shield down for this, actually, two-handed smackdown on one of the wargs that has its back to me, attacking JP.
Okay. So D20 plus...
And I get 7 for the charge up, I think, right?
Right, so 7 for the charge, and then another 2 for back attack, so D20 plus 9.
Whoops. Roll. D20 plus 9. 22.
22. Okay. You kill the warg. You chop its spine in half, and he falls to the ground.
And his sword powers up again.
Yeah. Yup. JP?
Just one warg left in front of me.
Yeah.
Can I walk by it and try to get inside?
Yeah, you can pivot around it. Yeah. So
Alright.
you kind of like back up a little bit, walk around Jeff, and you can make it into the building.
All right. What's going on in the building?
You see just like the furniture's been upturned, everything is a fucking mess. The room that you walk into looks like kind of like a waiting room. There's a table with some papers on it and like some chairs on the sides and a door to the left and to the right. Both of them are open.
Can I go in those, or am I done?
No, you can move around a little bit more. So
I want to go to the door on the right.
Okay. You walk into the door on the right, and you notice that the handle of this door has been like whacked off and completely, like, you know, the whole handle area has been hacked to bits.
Uh-huh.
And the door is just like, you know, wide open now. And you see that this is probably the treasury of the town. There's a couple of weapons hanging there, and there's a bunch of like, you know, what looks to be official looking documents that have been like sealed, but not like closed and sealed, but like, you know, a document that has been written and then like sealed at the bottom of it. So this looks like the safe room or something.
No people though.
No people.
Can I go back to the other way or no?
No, not enough time.
All right. I mean, I'm done.
Archers.
So what do we see left outside?
One badly wounded warg that's facing Jeff, baring its teeth.
What about the ones that are riding away? Can I hit those?
No, they've gone. Like, so they kind of came at the town in just a flat wave, and as they're leaving, they were like split up. They've noticed the archers and have decided to go away from you.
All right, I'm shooting at the last remaining warg.
Okay. Roll to hit.
What do I roll?
Just a d20 plus 6.
11.
Miss. 14 is your magic number. Jen?
I'll shoot as well. D20 plus 6?
Yeah.
12.
Miss. Your arrows land just to either side of him. Next round, Warg's turn. He says, "Fuck it," and turns and bounds away.
Do I get an attack as it tries to run?
No, you weren't quite close enough. Because you had come up behind the other one, and he was on the other side, so not close for the attack of opportunity, but good call.
They don't get the attack though, the Rangers?
They don't get attacks of opportunity. So attacks of opportunity wouldn't happen for the Rangers. It happens if it's threatening you, and then it all of a sudden turns to an exposed side. So the Warg was never threatening the Rangers, and you can't get attacks of opportunity with ranged weapons.
I'm gonna, as it turns to run though, I'm gonna run into the house or the place where a lot of the townspeople ran into to see if they're safe. Like, I'm guessing the doors. If the door's kicked in, then I go in. If it's not kicked in, then I stand on the other side, yell, "Are you guys okay?" and stuff.
Okay. Most of the people that you saw fled into the church, and you run up and you yell inside, "Are you okay?" And you hear people on the inside saying, "Is it over? Are they gone?"
And I tell them they're safe to come out now. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I say, I say that. Then I say, you know what? Give it like 10 minutes. I'll come right back for you. Let me make absolutely sure.
Okay. JP, you go where now?
Kind of across to the other door to the left instead of the right.
You go into the other door. It's an open room. Looks like an office of sorts. There's a chair, another desk with a chair. This one has a lot more papers. It's more disorganized. The papers all been knocked off the side. The desk has been flipped up, so the drawer is pulled out. Everything in the room is a mess. It's just, but this looks like it was the actual room the mayor or the official would conduct business in.
All right.
The other was like the storeroom.
I'll go ahead and walk out and take a look at the chest just to see what's in it.
It's locked.
Can I break the lock with my hammer?
Roll to. Yeah, I mean, you just
roll d20.
No. Let me take a look at the saving throw for this stuff.
All right.
Screen. Metal. Okay, roll a d20.
9.
9. You slam the lock with your maul, but it doesn't do anything to it.
All right, I say, Abigail, open this. Don't steal anything.
I wasn't there yet, but I guess
Abigail,
I'll
you're
get
sitting on
there.
a roof just across the street.
Yeah, let's pretend I decide to get down
He says
the roof.
this to no one.
Okay, so you
But
climb down.
I'll end up there someday, and I'm gonna use my lock picking ability.
Okay. You pop the lock in not too much time, but while it's still gone, Bregor, you can get a one fleeting shot at the wolf the warog that's bounding away.
I'm gonna take it.
Do it.
D20 plus 10?
No,
Or
D20
plus
plus
8?
8. Yeah.
17.
17's a hit. D8 plus 2.
8.
8. You shoot it in the back, and it slumps to the ground, dead.
As I slowly open the chest, I'd like to do da-na-na-na,
Do what?
da-na-na-na.
Chest opening music, dude.
Oh, yeah. I got you now.
You see that the chest is half filled with gold.
All right, I'm going to close it and as fast as possible, pick it up and go take it over to look for the smith. So I believe this is yours.
You don't see the smith around quite yet. Vincent, what are you doing? You told the people to wait a few minutes?
Yeah, I'm gonna go retrieve my sword or my spear rather. I'm kind of looking around. I'm checking indoors as I walk by him to see if there's people injured or hurt or is it like goblins still hanging out, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
so
I'm
I'm
just
just
carrying the chest.
Scouring town basically.
As
You
he's
see a
carrying the
lot of dead bodies on the ground. There's about 10. Some of them look like they've been torn apart by wargs. Some of them have clear spear holes through them. You see a bunch of goblin bodies on the ground too, from Abigail and Bregor shooting them. Nice little elven arrows sticking out of their backs or out of their sides or something.
Okay.
You do see the smith among the fallen people.
Sad
Okay.
Santa.
Fallen is like he's in different parts, or he's wounded, or can I get closer to him and
he's
look?
missing his arm and is not breathing. And there's a big pool of blood where his arm used to be.
Is there any fires on the town or in the town?
No, there's no fires lit.
Fuck.
Okay, so I'm gonna. I mean, as I see the dead bodies, like, my plan is to have the villagers bury them and do with their own what they would. So I'm not gonna necessarily touch them or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna head back to the group and ask them if they've seen anybody or if it's safe to let the villagers come out now.
Party.
I think it is.
Excellent. So then I go back to the church and say, all right, guys, it's safe to come on out.
Okay. You hear the rustling and some noise, like a heavy bar is being lifted and then dropped to the ground. The church doors swing in, I guess. And you see 6 people kind of coming out, looking around.
I say, the danger's gone. We're really sorry. There's a lot of fallen, though. You're going to want to tend to your deceased now, and we can assure you that you're safe for now. We'll still be here.
I'll hand him over the chest and say the goblins were after this. Keep it safe. Don't lose it. And ask
Who do you
them
give
if
it to? Just
whoever
someone?
that looks like they're in charge of the people that are left.
No one looks like they're in charge. Everyone looks, devastated.
I'll give it to the oldest looking man,
Okay.
whoever that is.
You
And
give it
then,
to a 100-year-old man.
exactly.
All right, so you give it to a guy. He sets it on the ground, opens it, and goes, "Oh my god, what is this?"
I don't know. The goblins were trying to take it. I figure it's yours, so we won't touch it.
I give JP a look of death.
He nods and says, "Thank you. I think this is where all our tax dollars have been spent."
Believe there's some other things inside of the building where they took this from. I would go look. It might have something important to your town in it. Maybe that's why the goblins keep coming back.
He nods and, motions to a couple more people, and they go inside to take a look.
And then I guess I'll just start making a camp and say we're in no need or no shape to continue fighting tonight. I think this is it.
Okay. I think we've been playing for like an hour and a half now.
Yeah, I think that's good break time.
Yeah, this is a nice even breaking point.
Cool.
Alright.
So we'll take a 3-minute break. When we come back, guys, we will figure out what's going on with this town. Do not go anywhere. More role play coming up right after this. Peace. All right, guys, welcome back to role play. We just cleaned up all of the goblins and wargs inside of the town. I've made a camp and quickly gone to sleep. That's what I'm up to. I don't know about the rest of the party.
I'm going to help the villagers, carry the bodies to whatever their burial, ceremony or situation is, or if they're just whatever. I'm helping him with that.
Okay.
I'm going to go and look out outside of the town just in case anything else comes.
I'll
Give
help
it-
bury
I
the
like the little
bodies.
Lookout spot.
Okay. So you climb on top of the, whatever the tallest thing in town, which would be the church bell tower, I guess.
Okay.
There's a path up there. So you go up there and take a look. The town, it's dark, it's night. They start gathering the bodies, and as as people go throughout town, they find a lot more than the 10 that were in the street. It looks more like 30 people dead. So they start dragging the bodies over towards their cemetery, which is, grossly undersuited for this sort of thing. And there's already a lot of fresh graves there. And Vincent and Abigail, as you get to the cemetery, you notice that there's actually just like a stack of corpses now. Like people have stopped burying their dead. There's too
Okay.
many people too often. They've been piling up the bodies over outside of town.
Okay.
Oh, that's depressing
Yeah, it's really not great.
and kind of smelly.
Mm-hmm.
I look around to see if the god is there, and I realize he's not. Smelly bodies, man. Would you like to bury them?
The townspeople say, there's too many. We don't have,
All right.
it's too many, it's too late. Look at all the other, it's just...
Okay.
What's the point?
Is it daytime now or is it still nighttime?
No, it's still nighttime.
Alright. I say, look, there's nothing we can do for ourselves now. This has been a horrendous night. I need the rest of you to probably sleep in the barn just so we can, or in the church rather, so we can look after you, but otherwise we'll set up guards, we'll take care of you guys tonight, and then tomorrow we'll get back to work on the ditch, because that's going to be our big defense here.
Townspeople say, yeah. They gather up what children they have left, and whoever left is in town, and they all go back towards the church. Church won't quite hold the remainder of the town because there's still 200 or 300 people, including children and whatnot. So some people go in the church, the remainder go into the nearby houses, but everyone goes inside.
Okay, then I'm going to check on the group, just because we were actually kind of split up during the fight, so I'm going to each of them and asking about their wounds and if they're okay to make it through the night or what they need, I guess. So I asked that to you guys. I don't.
I'm sleeping at this point. I'm already asleep.
Right. So
You're hearing
Abigail,
snoring.
Brig, or
I'm all
asked you
good.
guys.
I'm still in the
found
watchtower, so I'm not there either.
Well, I guess I'll talk to you. I'll say we found a chest, but Tadagab decided to give it to the oldest men of the city for some reason.
Okay. What's
It was full of gold.
Yeah. It sounds like that's some kind of safe for them, but I understand that. So I say, just do what you can to help out, but just kind of be on alert. We're going to set up guards and watch them for the night, and then I'm going to make my way to Bregor in his position.
Okay. Anything else for you guys?
I'm gonna sleep wherever I can. That seems safe, I guess. Well, I don't really need to sleep, so if I need to do some part of the night as a guard, I'll do it.
Okay. So you guys do that. The rest of the evening passes without event. Morning comes. What now?
Morning comes, and I'm going to just kind of start getting the people organized again, bright and early, back on the ditch, and go to Bregor and ask that he does the same thing, kind of head out and give us a warning.
Sure thing.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I go back out to my little post, like 20 minutes outside of town.
Okay.
And then I don't I know, I learned that Tugabut is sleeping and rationalize that it's probably best that he sleeps since he's kind of the guy that needs that the most, I would say.
Okay.
But then Abigail gets back to her legendary wood chopping, and I help
sickest.
organize people on the ditch bright and early.
Okay. So people reluctantly get back towards ditch work. They seem even more defeated than they were when you guys first arrived. The smith has been killed, and he was kind of sort of the town leader at this point, but not really. But there's not, with the death and destruction, they're pretty displeased. Work progresses, but you don't get that much more done. And at some point, someone asks, is there any point left in saving our town? Should we even? Why are we even here?
Yeah, I mean, so someone's asking this?
Yeah.
So I kind of just say, I mean, do you have any other options? Are you guys not rooted here? If you could go back to another town and try and start new lives there, would you be able to do that?
They say, well, I'm afraid we would get killed en route to another town.
If we could escort you there and protect you, would that be enough for you guys to want to do the journey?
Looks at the others, says, I don't know about the others, but if I could go somewhere else to a safe town, I'd do it.
Okay. So I'm going to have them work, and then kind of announce that, like, at midday I'll be calling a town meeting where we'll discuss this type of thing.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else have any other actions you want to do during the day?
I'm gonna spend
Before the meeting?
the morning
Nope.
burying the
all good.
bodies to the.
Okay. So noon comes
Daydreaming.
along.
Oh, my mic's
Go ahead.
muted. Great.
You
Perfect.
throw yourself
That
a
didn't
town
happen,
meeting.
guys.
Everyone shows up, except for a couple people who are keeping lookout.
What is that?
I don't know. Sounds like a generator or something.
Oh, and it's gone.
I guess my mic's picking up
Okay.
everything in the room. Sorry.
Oh, JP.
So you throw your town meeting. Most of the people show up.
Okay, so I say, look, you guys have been under attack all the time. The body count's stacking really high. We'd like to offer our services to escort you to the next town away if you guys want to start your lives anew in a more safe location. What say you all?
There's some a couple shouts for yeah, and then a couple people murmuring. A lot of people not really sure what they should do. The town seems kind of what's the word? Apathetic, almost. They've almost looks like they've given up on life. They're
Okay.
really depressed and just sad looking, and they're kind of like, these are my homes, my children, but everyone's dead, and it's they're not doing well.
So I'm going to use my charisma to deliver an amazing speech that goes something like this, where I say, look, you guys have been under attack on nonstop. It's no wonder that you're feeling this way. This town has been torn to pieces. We feel for you, but we cannot stay here forever. We cannot protect you forever, so we will do the best we can now. We will go out and try to get you your vengeance. But what I offer you is the opportunity to start somewhere new and to leave this cursed place behind and then leave this death behind and have a
Along with the
chance at a better
chest.
life. And if we can provide that for you, I need to know that that's what you want, because we're doing this without being paid. So it's that's our choice for our group, but we can't just sit around and let people waffle. So you have to make a choice as one. You have to vote amongst yourselves.
Okay, so they start talking amongst themselves for a little while, and 10 or 15 minutes pass, and after discussing, and someone says, well, someone has a suggestion about calling a vote, and the town votes 60-40 in favor of leaving.
Okay. So I say, sounds like that's going to be the plan. Hey, Abigail, can you go out and find Bragor and bring him back here, and then we'll leave?
Sure.
Actually, you have to get back here before nightfall, basically, and then we'll leave the next day in the morning.
All right. I'm going to get Brigger. Do I find him quickly?
Okay, and as he goes, I'm going to tell the townsfolk that we're going to work until the night to do the best job we can to finish this ditch, since in case we get attacked, it'll be our best chance at saving as many lives as possible. And then I'm going to have the townspeople go into the church as best as they can, and then we're going to organize ourselves around it. So obviously 200 people can't fit in the church, but what can't fit in the church are going to be in the next building over type of thing. As few places as possible.
Okay.
Do
And
I
then,
find Brigger?
We got to find out what Tugabut's doing.
Talk about.
I tried to say this earlier, but my mic was muted. Then people just kept talking. It was really weird. But I'm gonna try and bury the dead to the god Jexel throughout the day. I'll just pick a body up, throw it in a ditch, put dirt, pour one out, and go on to the next body.
Okay, you run out of alcohol very, very quickly, and this becomes extraordinarily distressing to you the more you have to deal with the dead without being able to compensate.
Can I ask the townspeople if they have any?
Yeah. How do you ask?
I tell them that the one true god Jexel is very grateful to those who get buried in his blessing, and to do so I need some of your finest spirits, although I don't think they're going to be that fine, to properly bury these bodies.
Okay. He says, yeah, we've got some ale left and a little bit of whiskey. Which do you want?
Both, all of it.
Okay. He takes you into his house, into the cellar, and brings you out a small cask of ale and maybe a fifth of whiskey.
I want to take a swig of both just to see how good they are on the level of spirit.
The whiskey's pretty mediocre, and the ale is even worse. In fact, the ale is some of the worst ale you've ever had in your life.
So I take a swig and I say, perfect for the dead, and go back to airing them.